Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today we are going to be reviewing Harley Quinn issue 11. So, this is the Joker Loves Harley Part 1. This was 11. It looks like a 2, but it was 11. Deal with it, Mark. He's making fun of me right now. I don't care. Anywho, so when we left off the very end of issue 9, we got to see the reemergence of Joker. He's basically just shown up on Harley's doorstep. So, Joker Loves Harley Part 1. Pandora the Explorer. Yeah. So, Harley's none too happy to see Joker waiting inside her apartment when she gets home. Especially not happy knowing that he is petting and holding Nathan, which everyone knows Nathan is her baby. That is her main dog right there. So she calls him away from Joker and quickly pushes him to his little buddies downstairs, and she tells Joker that she wants him gone. She wants him out. There's no us. He needs to leave. And he's trying to have a conversation with her. He's talking about the amusement park and the great view. He's talking about her life now, all of her great pets. And finally, he looks at her and says, I understand that showing up here to surprise you makes you uncomfortable here in your own home. So how about we talk in a public setting? Would that make you feel more comfortable? And he leaves and asks her to meet him at the boardwalk by that lovely aquarium. And he very quickly stops her from stabbing him with this very large knife that she has. And before she can tell him hell no, he walks off with a toodaloo and utterly confuses Harley Quinn. Well, when he's exiting her building, he runs into Red Tool, which is Harley's now good buddy / he's hopelessly in love with her friend. Well, he's like, hey, aren't you? And he's like, and what are you supposed to be? And he's like, oh, I'm Red Tool, a good friend of Harley Quinn. And Joker's response is, Harley, do go on. So Red is very uncomfortable with Joker being anywhere near Harley's home, especially with their last interaction at Arkham, where Harley beat the living snot out of him and they had it out once and for all. But Red threatens Joker and said, if you touch so much as one hair on Harley, I'm gonna... And he says, what? And Joker basically walks off asking, what if I did? What's it to you? Are you her new boyfriend? And he just walks away like it's nothing. And Red's like, well, no. And he's pissed off because Joker just walked away from him and turned his back on him. So the Joker turns around and asks, how's this? Now you can watch my friend walk away. He says, just relax. Your friend is just fine. And you don't have to take my word for it. So he rushes up, literally kicking down Harley's door to see if she's all right. And he asks if she's okay. She says, well, yeah, but now you gots to buy me a new door. And he said, so you saw your ex. What was that like? And she said that it was weird to see her ex put in there. And the fact that he wants to meet her at nearby the aquarium tomorrow. And she doesn't really know what to do. And, of course, Red Tool's like, it's a trap. So they're discussing how she could possibly feel about that and what could potentially come out of it. Whether or not he's wanting revenge from her or whether or not he's going to hurt her again. And she's just really uncomfortable and really unsure what to do. And she says what she really needs is a distraction, something to get her mind off of that until she meets with him. And Red Tool, of course, says, I got exactly what you need, baby. And we get to see Red Tool in all his glory. He is stripped down to a Red Tool banana hammock. Yep. And his response is, "Come to Papa." I know, impressive, right? And she busts out laughing and rushes over to him to hug him and thanks him for making her laugh. That's exactly what she needed. And he's like, yeah, you're right. So then they go a little bit into a discussion of what it would take to break down a large locked up door. And of course, Red Tool is going through an entire list of tools and metal alloys. And, you know, Red Tool, he's nerding out. But Harley packs up a load of grenades. And she and Red Tool go on a little bit of an exploration. So, continuing on, we get to see the crooked as hell politician in the story. And, of course, the mayor, which he's had a number of run-ins with Harley. Not very well. He's a jackass. But we get to see him wanting to take away the homeless in this town. And he's trying to completely wipe Coney Island of all of the lesser people as he sees them. We also get to see his really hate-filled new secretary, and she's got a plan for how to deal with them. But continuing on to Harley and Red Tool, they go into the wax museum. And Madame Macabre has a huge hidden door that is all locked and sealed up with a number of chains. It's something that is extra fortified and something that Harley definitely wants to see what's behind. Because clearly, if something is that locked up, there's got to be something interesting back there. Of course. So Harley and Tool set it up with a number of explosives and they detonate the door. They then go down into a large tunnel system and they're just discussing their friendship and what it means to them. And Red Tool and Harley, they just kind of have a friendly bonding moment. And they even discuss all her hurt feelings from Ivy rejecting her and how hard that was on her. And he's exactly what Harley needs right now, which is a good friend. Well, then Red Tool gets kidnapped by a tentacly monster. Yes, a squid jelly-like monster, which we see right here. Yeah, so he's literally inside the belly of the monster, and Harley screams that she is going to save him, and even the beasties are all perverted and handsy these days. So she hurries and saves Red Tool from the monster, and then detonates it with a number of the leftover hand grenades. And she and Red Tool run off, and they survive the explosion, thankfully. They're kind of jettisoned outside the door, and Red's saying, "Shouldn't we board that up or something?" And she says, "Why? We grenaded that big blobber." And, you know, Harley is talking once again about how she needs to get a little bit of sleep before meeting her ex to try to get her head clear before it. And Red's asking, "You sure that she doesn't need him for backup?" And she kisses him, and she thanks him for being such a good friend and being so protective of her. Also, she asks him if he's willing to take a shower because he now smells really bad, like blob juice. And I love it because we get to see her setting her alarm and trying to figure out what she should do. She lays down to take her nap, and then we get to see a hand, and the hand takes her alarm clock. And then we get to see that her alarm has changed. It's been set back a couple hours. And she's just snoozing through. And finally, it's noon. And Joker is sitting on a park bench and looking around, holding a bunch of roses, and he's staring at his watch. And then we get to see, aw, are those for me? Which I love this whole art panel, this whole art style throughout this entire book is so strong, but I especially love the Joker and Red Tool. This is my favorite panel by far, and we get to see Red Tool jump and throw an arm around Joker and exclaim, "You shouldn't have." The Joker then asks, "You again? What do you want?" He's like, "Well, a Lamborghini, a house in the Hamptons, and a never-ending supply of Susquehanna Steak Company. But what I really, really want is for you to go away permanently." Joker's response to that? Make me. So the next issue, it looks like it's going to be an all-out fight between Red Tool and the Joker. Red Tool has become very close to Harley, and he cares quite a bit about her, and he doesn't want the Joker to hurt her again. And we're not really sure 100% what the Joker's real end game is here. I personally don't believe he's changed. I don't think he's actually here to respect her boundaries or that they're going to have a healthy relationship. No, he's got an end game. It's the Joker playing the whole long con here. But I'm really excited to see where it goes moving forward. I'm enjoying the hell out of the Harley series, and I'm so excited that one of the 3 Jokers has finally popped up in Rebirth. I can't wait to see the other 2 pop up, and yeah, I really enjoyed this issue. Give me a like if you like this video, comment below and tell me if you read this comic, if you enjoyed it as much as I did. Did you love the Red Tool Joker combating scenes as much as I did? I thought it was fabulous. But subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of my older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.